of Autumn Ridge. How are you, Marie?
I'm doing great, Hal. How are you today?
Terrific. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It is. What a beautiful morning. A great day to get out of the house and come visit you guys.
For February, we
Yes.
have 46 degrees, so everything's looking good.
I know. I feel like spring is coming early. My flower bed is ready.
Ready, ready, ready.
Yes.
You brought a guest with you today.
I did. I brought one of our wonderful residents, my friend Daryl. So you want to say hi, Daryl?
Hi, everyone.
First of all, tell our listeners again who haven't heard you before about Autumn Ridge. What is Autumn Ridge? Where is Autumn Ridge? What it's all about?
Yeah, so Autumn Ridge Residences is an independent living and residential care senior living community located in Herculaneum, right off 55. We sit on about 7.5 acres, and we have we're kind of nestled in the hillside, so it's just beautiful scenery. We have an amazing garden. Basically, my job is to give you a good, high quality of life so that you can, just live your best life and not have to sit at home alone. Like, come and, enjoy good meals and socialize and get out in the community, be active, stay active, and live your best life. That's part of our tag. So
I've seen your social media posts here lately. Everybody having a good time there. You bring in folks to sing and play and all kind of fun activities.
oh yes, all kinds of fun activities. If we're not going out and doing something, we're bringing somebody in to do something. So yeah, always a good time.
You had a guy down there the other day I noticed on social media. He was singing some Merle Haggard songs, so
Yes.
everybody loved it.
Yeah, I was nervous. I'm going to be really honest with some of these ladies that dancing. But they all were getting up and they were moving and shaking and dancing, and you wouldn't guess that you were right there in Herculaneum in a senior living community. And we actually enjoyed his performance so much we have him coming back every other month for our community bingos.
Bingo's always popular.
Bingo is always popular. Bingo, Hal.
Bingo, bingo.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to hear about Daryl today.
Yeah. So I'm so excited to have Daryl in studio. Him and I get along really well. My stepdad had passed a little over about 2 years ago now. And I think one of the greatest part about my job, why I love my job so much, is that I'm surrounded by the moms and the dads and the grandmas and the grandpas that I don't necessarily have in my life. And so Daryl does a really good job of filling part of that space for me. And it's just so lively in the community. He's so positive, so vibrant. And really just, it adds just, another wonderful personality to our community. So with that, Daryl, thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you having, taking the time out of your day to come and visit with us. You want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm been retired since 2004. I'm a father of 3 and a grandfather of 8, and used to live on a boat when I retired till health issues brought me to the land, as they say, in 2020.
Okay. So that kind of tells us a little bit about what brought you to Autumn Ridge. Do you know how long you've lived there?
Almost 6 months now.
Almost 6 months now. And what would you say if like somebody asked you how has Autumn Ridge changed your life? What would you tell them?
Well, the health issues was I have no strength in my legs, so it's very difficult for me to get up and down stairs. So the main thing is the quality of life, I would say. And as we get older in life, we sometimes isolate ourselves. And now I'm around people every day, doing things, staying active, and what time you do have left, it's been, in my opinion, a lot of fun.
Awesome. What about your family? What does your family think?
They're very happy because they feel like I'm in a place that I'm being taken care of.
Yeah. That takes some of the worry and the burden off of
Yes.
them. Yeah. And what do you love most about living at Autumn Ridge?
That's a long list. The best thing I would say is I feel like I'm in a place. I just said this yesterday to a couple that was thinking about coming, that I genuinely think the people there that work there, and I've met a good 25 of them, I think they really care about me. You know, they have a good feeling, not just doing their job. I think they really care about my existence.
Absolutely. And I think you're really well known in the kitchen.
I am not a picky eater, but like for instance, just to give you kind of an idea, one day I was sitting there. I do not eat liver. I do not eat sauerkraut. They were both on the menu where everybody raved about them. So the chef said, "You're not eating?" And I said, "Nah, I'm just quite not what." So he said to me, "Well, what would you like?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to be a bother." He goes, "No bother." So every opportunity, he had an option to back out. But he says, I said, "Well, you know, I've got a craving for a fried bologna sandwich. I'll take care of it." And so that's the kind of place I live at.
I love that. They do feed us well, don't
We
they?
eat a little too much, I would say.
And I believe there was a time or two you had mentioned something. You're like, man, I would really love to see this on the menu. And they made it happen, didn't they?
Yes, I think the one day they had black-eyed peas. And I said, you know, I'm from the South, and we eat black-eyed peas with white rice. And they go, okay, we'll put it. And then the other thing was grits. A lot of people here in the Midwest don't eat grits. And so the next thing I know, they're on the menu. So they do just, you know, the other day I was laughing and I asked the kitchen for a hot tub. And they said, a hot tub? They go, why would you? I said, well, every time else you ask them, they come out with that kitchen. So I felt if it was in that kitchen, I would have gotten it, you know.
I love that. What advice would you have with somebody that is thinking about senior living? Maybe they personally are struggling at home, or they're with a loved one and they're struggling, and maybe it's the child, maybe it's the grandchild, maybe it's, you know, aunt, uncle, whoever, and they know a senior that is struggling. What advice would you give them?
Well, I do know, because I'm old, that we do get set in our ways where we don't want to change, we want to be independent. But my granddaughter and my daughter-in-law looked at several places, and I happened to run into a friend of mine in DeSoto, and she said, well, you know, there's a place in Herculaneum that might be able to help you, because I was having difficulty finding a place that was first floor, that didn't have stairs, because that's something I can't do anymore. And I can take care of myself, but there was always a 3 to 5 year waiting list. And where I was living, I was having to wait till somebody to come home from work, because I was living with family, to get me to go get to the bathroom. So they went and looked, and then they met Marie, come there and visit, and then I came and viewed, and my daughter, you know, my granddaughter and daughter-in-law both said, they call me the old man, they said, old man, I think this is the place you're going to go. So a lot of people don't know what I did also. My due diligence was, I came back after supper by myself and walked in, and there was residents sitting around, and I said, hey, those people, I don't know if they're putting on an act, because they genuinely acted like this really nice. And I know they're, you know, I was in the business, they're selling a product, but is these people for real? And when I left out of there, I knew that was the place, and I called Maria and said, you know, I'm ready to move. And so from that point on, they did everything they could to get me in, moved as fast as I could. And I'm going to tell you something, even the day I moved in, Marie wiped my room down, made my bed, and said, is there anything else I can do for you? I said, well, could you come back later and tell me a bedtime story? Because I felt like you'd done everything else, you know. But yeah, I think it's a waste of time. I'm sure there's some facilities out there that are wonderful, but if you find them, good luck. I think it'd be better just to get in the waiting list and get into Autumn Ridge. I really do that, you know.
boy, you made me blush. I'll
Well,
tell
it's
you.
true.
I will say, to piggyback a little bit off of that, I'll never forget the day that Daryl called and really in distress. He is a veteran and was definitely going through some struggles at home and felt hopeless in his search for a place that would love him, take good care of him, and not make him wait 3 to 5 years. I can't always help everybody that calls. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But I told Daryl that I would do the best I could and that I would take good care of him. And, after listening to him today, I'm a little pat on the back. I was like, I think I did that. So
I'll give them the bedtime stories.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't give him bedtime stories, but you can listen to this at bedtime. You can probably replay it on
That's
your.
true.
Yeah, there you go, on one of the streaming apps. But I think that that's one of the greatest gifts that we have at Autumn Ridge is being able to change lives, and it's not just Daryl's life that we changed. It's his kids, it's his grandkids. It's a whole family picture. They can rest assured that he's getting the care that he needs, and that there's somebody there for him. So.
Well, what I told my kids the other day is a joke. I mean, and I said, they brought it up one day. They said, well, how's everything? I said, y'all didn't take as good a care as me as this place does. And they laughed and said, they were happy. It said, well, good,
Yeah. Well, thank you, Daryl.
So are there other gentlemen there that you've made friends with, Daryl? Folks you can other guys you can talk to and share
Yeah,
the old days
I've
with?
never had a problem. As my dad said, I never met a stranger. So I can talk about anything about anybody. And like I said, when we get done with dinner in the evening, there's probably our group get bigger. We've got about 8 to 10 people. We sit up in the evening and just talk. We don't talk about politics, religion, or money, but we just talk in general about stuff. How we like being here, what we're doing, activity that's coming up, because we're always doing something, And I've met a lot of men my age, ex-military people as well, and from all walks of life, and a lot of women, and we get along great. We literally do, because the place makes us this way, and I'm not just saying this. The place, the environment that they make for us is that they don't treat you like old people. You're in assisted living, but they do everything they can to make your life, seem normal, like if you were somewhere else. And where else can you live where they keep the place immaculately clean, they do your laundry, they clean your room, they take you anywhere you need to go, they feed you 3 wonderful meals, snacks, entertain you.
Not a bad deal, huh?
That's not a bad deal in
and
my
you get
opinion.
to hang out with the guys while you're doing it.
That's right. I didn't get all that in my own home by myself. So, but yeah, there is some quality. We've had some great, wonderful singers. We've had a musician. We've had a lot of the schools that come and do things, arts and crafts. It was hard for me to believe, but I've learned how to paint. I never knew I could take a piece of canvas and make up. I'm 70 years old. I know I could make a picture. And I've learned how to paint. My kids have been shocked. They had to verify it. No, you didn't do that, But I've learned a lot. And yeah, and you're right, bingo, that's a blast, we sit around, we talk. And I told them, they said, well, what would make that place perfect? I said, swimming pool. That's the only thing that's missing,
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be.
So what's your favorite dessert there at Autumn Ridge?
I would say the carrot cake. It's
She
phenomenal.
does make a good carrot cake.
It does that or the pumpkin roll, but that carrot cake is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Ashley Hay makes that from scratch. Icing too. Boy, it's good.
Yeah, it'd be hard to put a favorite on their meal. Everybody loves Wednesdays because it's the old style fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, and their fried chicken is really good,
Yep, hand breaded and deep fried right
Yeah.
there. in our kitchen.
And that's every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. There's not very many people miss the Wednesday lunch.
Hey, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll
That
see you
is
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
Hal, at noon.
Come by, we'll buy you lunch.
Well, Daryl, I want to thank you for having the courage to share your story, not just with me today, but everybody that listens.
My pleasure.
Autumn Ridge is proud to be your home, and we love you so much. We look forward to being your home for many years to come. We do have a couple of upcoming dates. Well, one is what I noted on here. So February 7th, so that's tomorrow. We actually have our free community bingo event. So Josh, with Just Josh and Around, will be here at 1. And then from 2 to 3, I will call bingo. If you want to join us for lunch, I just ask that people give us a ring ahead of time. So if you or someone you know is considering senior living, please contact me, Marie Stelling, for a tour of our beautiful community, or stay and have lunch with me. We're a vibrant senior living community with engaging activities and programs so you and your loved one can live your best life. Come see for yourself why seniors love the life they live at Autumn Ridge. Again, if you want to schedule that tour or that free lunch, you can call me at 636-931-8400. Check us out on Facebook or visit us online at autumnridgeresidences.com.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming in. Daryl, nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming in here with Marie today. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day. That's coming up too.
Yeah, thank you. Our bingo tomorrow is themed Valentine's Day, so we will actually have a big photo booth and some little snacks and treats to go along with it.
Marie Stelling of Autumn Ridge in Herculaneum, our guest this morning, with her friend Daryl from Autumn Ridge, joining us here on KJFF. It's sunny now, and we have 46 degrees. It's going to warm up to about 57 today.